Ready for the start then of round 5 of the Powerboat P1 World Championship as the German Grand Prix is ready to get underway. Faint Blast as last time with a long run-up to get those C-Techs up to speed. Marshalling them from the starter's boat. The yellow flag is still up. They're getting into line. Great onboard shots ready for the start. And here we go, away, the field is unleashed, and look at Kerakoll immediately romping away on the left-hand side of the picture. OSG just behind them. Then the two red boats, Jolly Special and Toraya, going either side of our Supersport leaders, who are Showtron and Ocean Dragon. On board now with Ocean Dragon, boat owner Martin Lyde, the throttle man closest to us. Steering is Paul Williams, Mark Sampson, the navigator at the back. And you can see him looking over his shoulder as they leave Showtron behind. And somebody's coming up faster from behind. That's Arpro. Look at the speed of the British boat. Arpro coming up fast. We've just seen the lead change, and we're seeing it change again at the top of the Supersport class. Fantastic stuff. And Faint Blast now starting to carve its way through the field as OSG takes the lead away from Kerakoll. Well, now Kerakoll has been the pacemaker so far this season, but OSG have run them very close indeed, and it looks as though they are determined to try and win this German Grand Prix. Kerakoll and OSG, and Faint Blast at the back of the shot was also making up ground fast. But look at OSG, those Stirling engines really powering them on superbly. This is Stefano Cola on OSG, Giancarlo Cangiano on the other side on the throttles. But look at the spray that Kerakoll was leaving behind. Faint Blast round the mark, chasing Toraya. Toraya, the red boat on the right of your picture. And that is the battle for third place in Evolution with Simone Cezzati. He's the pilot of Jolly Special. Great head cam view from him. And the lead battle, Kerakoll closest to the cameras now. OSG trying an inside run up to the next mark. It's a left-hand turn. Kerakoll running a little bit wider to try and give themselves some ground. OSG very close indeed to the mark. They're in danger of running straight into it if Kerakoll don't veer away. This is so close, just a couple of meters between the boats, and OSG have to slam on the anchors. Kerakoll coming wider, OSG in the wake, in trouble there for a moment. Safely round the mark, Kerakoll, and this is why OSG had to slow down. So close. Stefano Cola's shoulder cam just shows how they skate around these marks. This is the battle for third then. Toraya making the turn neat and tidy, but look at Faint Blast really struggling to make it around and keep the pace up at the same time. And again, Toraya opening up a handful of lengths. There is Kyton, 5th place overall and in the Evolution class. And like Faint Blast, the same kind of hull, also having to take a big swinging turn around there. On board again with Ocean Dragon, and look at Martin Lyde. These guys are stood up in the cockpit, being absolutely slammed into the floor as they hit the waves. Arpro, the race leader, Jolly Special moving into second place. Jolly Special really living up to its name again this weekend. And here is OSG, still doing the chasing, just one trail in front of them, and that is from our race leader, Kerakoll. Faint Blast, well, the Metamarine hull wasn't so quick around the corners, but they're making up all that speed in a straight line with those C-Tech diesels. Still hoping to build on the turbochargers to really get the acceleration they need, but look at the way they're running down OSG for second, and Kyton as well, the other Metamarine hull. These two machines really tearing up the straight. Well, both of them with C-Tech diesel engines, but out front it's Kerakoll with the ISOTTA FRASCHINIs wailing, still holding its head up high above the diesel power that's chasing from behind. Mario Invernizzi and Giovanni Carpitella starting to extend their advantage over Giancarlo Cangiano and Stefano Cola. Here's third place, Toraya. They're battling with Faint Blast. No, they're not with Kyton. There's Faint Blast. Dramatically slowing. Faint Blast with one third place result in Malta, but 4 retirements now in 5 races. Supersport battle, Arpro on the left, in the centre, Jolly Special on the right of your picture, Ocean Dragon. Good close battle, not quite out of touch yet. Showtron in 4th place. The family concerned building the boat with the Mercruiser engines, over racing, chasing Carpenter. That is the battle for 5th. Carpenter with a slight advantage at the mark, and 4-1 are close behind as well. So 2 great 3-way squabbles. 4-1 certainly in with a shout of a top 6 finish. lying fourth in the points at the moment after a win and a third last time out at Anzio. So they've really upped their game, and upping their game as well. Jolly Special running a little wider than Arpro at the mark. Arpro with Mike Shelton and Jackie Hunt. Narrowly ahead of last year's Supersport champion Maurizio Valeri aboard Jolly Special, and still there is Ocean Dragon. So these two newcomer teams, along with last year's champion, running at the head of Supersport. And here is our overall leader in front of the Evolution class. Kerakoll is just slowly but surely pulling away, and the battle is intensifying for second place. OSG being run down by Kyton. Look at Kyton, oh my goodness! Kyton has spun, rolled over, no! Incredible, I've never seen a boat this big do that. Normally it's only skittish inshore boats. Well, Toraya dodged the bullet there. They were very lucky to avoid what could have been a nasty accident. They continue, but Kyton, well, let's have a look again. Just bearing away slightly from Toraya, obviously absolutely flat out. Fully on the plane, dramatic scenes from Kyton, but they look as if they're going to continue. Now then, here is our Supersport lead battle. Arpro ahead by a cover, no, not even that. Look at Jolly Special, and Ocean Dragon Racing right in there as well. This is fantastic battling. They are very close indeed. One false move by any of these three pilots, and again, we could see a collision. Look how close Arpro and Ocean Dragon are getting. Paul Williams needs to steer away. There he is. Martin Lai watching the action as well. And they really don't want to let Jolly Special get too far ahead of them. Fantastically close racing. And Ocean Dragon just starting to ease away now from Arpro. Arpro dealing with two wakes and the wake of Kyton. Kyton has slowed dramatically and is just in front of them, so that might add extra spice to this battle. Arpro now having to try and fight back. There's the fifth place boat in the Evolution class. Carpenter easing away from 4-1 Racing. So how much will experience tell in this battle? Maurizio Valeri aboard Jolly Special, last year's Supersport champion, and against him two newcomer crews. Mike Shelton and Jackie Hunt, closest to us Arpro. Martin Lai, Paul Williamson and Mark Sampson in Ocean Dragon Racing. Not new to the ocean, but new to Powerboat P1. Will that count against them? Hasn't seemed to do in terms of pace so far. Jolly Special now looks like it's got a slight advantage. In front of that battle, still Kyton, back up to speed, but they must be feeling a little nervous about this Metamarine hull. No such problems for the Supersport lead trio, of course. Very different cornering lines though, all three of them with different engine and hull combinations, and that's to be expected. And as the lead trio ease away, fourth place is lonely for the brother and sister from Malta, Aaron and Audrey and Siantar in the Chaudron hull with its Mercruiser engines. Oh, and problems for OSG and Giancarlo Cangiano. It looks as though they are out of the race as Kerakoll romps away. And that will mean that Toraya, Adriano Panato's boat should be able to pick up second spot and the 80 points that go with it without too many problems. But of course, in Powerboat P1, nothing is taken for granted. And look at this. We thought the Carpenter was having an easy time. Now they've got a battle on their hands with Craft XT. They might be outside the top four, but they are racing just as close as the leaders. And there is our leader. And that's the second place battle. So what's gone on there? Somehow Jolly Special has gone the wrong way around the mark behind the battle between Arpro and Ocean Dragon. So now Jolly Special has to catch this lead battle in Supersport. Nothing, as I said a moment ago, can be taken for granted. Arpro with a slight advantage, but we've seen them overhauled in a straight line by Ocean Dragon just as often as we've seen them pull away. Fantastic three-way battle, and this looks set to continue all the way to the line. Arpro do seem to have a slight advantage. Maybe Jolly Special will be able to get back into it though. Out front, it seems that nobody will be able to challenge Kerakoll on pace. Toraya now up in second. That's looking safe, but they don't have the speed to take on the leaders in a head-to-head battle here in Travemünde. Well, Adriano Panatta keeps saying he's got a new boat that should be quicker. He has